How to become her, your best, most radiant version that you could possibly be, and how to glow up your life, not only externally, but especially internally. Let's check it out right now. Yes, ladies, you heard right. We are diving deep into your future best version of yourself. Not only how you're able to physically become a major glow up, but especially internally, working on yourself, adapting new mindset and habits in order to automatically radiate to the outside, because it's not all about just looks, because as we all know, you can buy beauty, you can get your hair makeup done, you can get new clothes, you can get plastic surgery. All of that is not the issue, but what's missing a lot of the times, and a lot of women that have done everything about them physically, they're not radiating their beauty outside because they're not truly believing it. So in this video, I'm going to reveal 100% what you might have to do, if you're not already doing it, in order to become her, that woman that you look up to, the woman that gets every opportunity, the woman that moves on quick to the next situation if something doesn't go right, the woman that is not letting herself down if things are not going her way, the woman that has men coming after her because she's just radiating her feminine energy that much that there's nothing that can happen but blessings coming her way. The questions that I have is, what is it that you are not happy with yourself or your life in order to think that you might need a glow up? The why is very important in this situation, because you don't want to have a glow up because somebody told you, oh, you don't look good enough, or oh, why you're not confident. If you want to be with me, you got to do this or this or that. Don't do anything if you're not 100% feeling it. If you feel like you're doing something just to look good for somebody else, then it's not you that needs to change something about herself, but you should change the environment you surround yourself with. See, if people have an opinion about who you are, or what you should be like, look like, act like, that is not the circle you want to surround yourself with. You have to be very selective with the people you're messing with, and that is a very hard one because women tend to be people pleasers. They at some point in their life got bullied on, or their partner they have been with has been telling them they have to do this or this, they were not good enough, or they maybe have been cheated on, and then you start to question yourself and doubt yourself as a woman that you might have to change for somebody else to like you. But that is absolutely wrong, and it should not be like this. Reason being is, I definitely know 100% what I'm saying because I used to be like this. I was bullied in school. I was very overweight as a kid, and boys used to make fun of me, calling me fat trash can, or you eating all day meatballs, or they called me meatball. And that really hurt and scarred my soul. And without even thinking that I had this mindset later on, even though I lost a lot of weight in my teenage years and I became a grown woman, I know what I accomplished, there was still a part of me that I needed to work on in order to release that old self, my inner child that was hurt and scarred. And just then I realized why I still was a people pleaser. Because in school back then, I gave away my pocket money, I gave away my lunchbox to those kids just in order so they let me play with them, so I don't have to be an outsider. And humans in general just tend to be very community minded, and especially women, because we are so loving and caring in our nature, we can't stand if we're not included in a circle. It's a very bold move to say, I don't care, I'm doing my own thing, no matter what other people are thinking. And if I'm not getting invited to no birthday parties no more, or not to this or that, or people start talking shit about me, then I want to know that no matter what, I'm doing the right thing. I made the choice because of my own will. And I don't care if all of a sudden I don't have any friends no more, because I know deep down in my core that those people that accept me for who I am, my core values, that want to stick around because of those qualities, those are the people that I want to have in my life, and not the people that I'm trying to shape myself and change myself in a way that I don't even feel like this is me anymore. And I've been there. So important is the why. And if you understand why you're doing it, and you want to do it because you feel like you reached a point in your life where you just feel like you want more, or you want to become better, and you feel like if you look in the mirror and you just see the old boring self, and you feel like I want to become that new woman that is able to get anything and achieve everything that she ever wanted, want to feel more confident within yourself, then you have to listen to this video, because we're going to talk about all the topics that you need to know in order to become her. So, number one, I know everybody talks about vision boards, but especially in order to become your best version, your absolute most radiant woman, you have to create a vision board. Important is that you're not just looking up things online and you just like pictures or save those pictures. That's cool, but you have to physically create a vision board. You have to print out pictures or go into a magazine store, cut out pictures like we did in school, and get you a big board to pin on, to glue on, whatever. Something that is big enough that whenever you walk through your house, the area that you walk the most frequent, that's where you put your board. And that's where your new version is going to be pinned. Not only will you pin how your future self will look like with her hair, the hair color, how's the texture, is the hair dry, is it soft, is it shiny, will your future self wear very classy clothes, is she a cool chick, what is the vibe she's expressing with her outfit, with her clothing. Maybe that's something you're lacking in the moment, you don't really know how to dress up or how to style, or you just don't feel like dressing up every single day. Put on this board how her body shape is. Go online, check out what shape in your life you want to be in, especially now in a new year, 2024. Is there something you are not happy with your body? Is there anything you want to improve? If nothing is to improve, then just stay exactly how you are and build the other things. But whatever it is you physically want to achieve, find pictures, examples that you print out and you put on that board. And the same with the feeling. You have to write down, how does future Anna feel when she looks into the mirror? Is she feeling confident? Is she feeling she's a bad bitch? Does she think she can achieve anything? She can have every man in the world? What is it that you're feeling for your future self in order to be happy with your glow up. It is that important because when we're only just thinking about, oh, that's something I want, or that's something that's in the future, then the process is way slower to achieve that goal, as if we're talking like, oh, I am feeling that confident, or I'm feeling that way, or I'm becoming that person. If you speak in now, your energy automatically will be way different. Just an example, you look into the mirror in the morning and you're like, I really hate my hair, I really can't stand my hair, and I really need to lose 5 pounds. And that energy is so low and is not helping you in any kind of way, not being motivated, inspired, or feeling the urge of changing anything, because you talk down on yourself so much. Already your body and your mind is like, whatever, one day I'm gonna achieve that. No, that's the wrong thinking. You have to be in the right now state. Even though you're not feeling it at first, look into the mirror, be confident, stand in front of the mirror and say, I am so beautiful. I love my eyes. I love how my lashes are. I love my body shape. I know I can always improve myself, but I am beautiful for who I am, how I look like. And if you speak these words to yourself, you will automatically vibrate on a higher level of frequency, which is super important for attraction to other things. And I'm not talking attraction only to other people, but also everything. Can be job opportunities, can be random gifts that pop up, because equal attracts equal. If you think negatively, you mostly attract negative people, negative situations. If you are radiating on a very high frequency, not only other people will feel that are on the same frequency, because who that has a high frequency want to deal with somebody with a low frequency? Never had that before. So if you really vibrate on that higher frequency, you will be very, very shocked how fast people, energies, situations that are very high quality will come your way. Slowly but surely you will see changes every day. What is important though about that is that you have to believe it. Don't just say it down because it's on your board. No, when you say it, you can even close your eyes if you're not seeing that version of yourself yet in the mirror. But if you don't believe it yet, close your eyes and envision yourself looking like this, and talk just to yourself. I am so beautiful. I love how God, the universe, created me. I got the chance to create the life that I ever wanted. Everything is possible. I'm infinitely powerful. I'm divine. I'm feminine, and everybody around me will feel it. If you speak these things, you have no idea how powerful words are. That is pretty much everything about step number 1. You have to have a vision and you need to visualize, and that's how you manifest. Of course, both of those things are not enough, because you have to take the action. You have to do these things every single day. If you are, obviously, you cannot just think about all these things and one day you woke up all dressed in Prada or a Gucci. No, that's not gonna happen. But what you can do, you can start look up these styles that you put on your vision board and say, okay, let me try that out. Let me go into a store and just try on randomly styles that I have never tried on before. And maybe also purchase a set of clothing that you're unsure, but you kind of like it because that's what your future self looks like on your board or in your vision, but you're just maybe physically not there yet. But just buy it and wear it outside and see the reaction. See if people react differently to you instead of what you was wearing before. Also your hair, you can slowly get your hair to the way how you would want to have it. You know, it doesn't need to be a radically change with like from dark to blonde or whatever. No, but you can even start just styling it differently. Sometimes we're just so caught up in our old ways of doing things that we don't even realize that we always just do the same thing. And that's what makes us so bored about ourselves. Sometimes, you know, I'm pretty sure you know that when one day you just stand in front of the mirror, I'm like, I feel so boring. Like I always have the same stuff, the same things, but I don't even know how to change anything. Play around, go on YouTube, check out different hairstyles with your hair length, or try out a different makeup, maybe also less makeup. I know women tend to use a lot of makeup, especially younger women, but that also covers a lot of our natural beauty. So try to play around also just to highlight 2 things in your face. Let's say you always have foundation, powder, blush, eyebrows, lashes, eyeshadow, and so on. But maybe just try to use 2 things. Focus on your eyes and your lips. No foundation, or just foundation and eyebrows. You have no idea how much these things can already change the way you appear, the way then how you feel about yourself looking into the mirror, wearing new clothing, and that combined, wearing outside and feeling confident about it, you have no idea how much you just changed the way how other people view you and the energy you send out. And you have to be consistent with this. There's gonna be days where you're not feeling it. You don't wanna dress up. You don't wanna do your makeup. You don't wanna do all that manifestation and visualizing and talking nice to yourself. We have those days. But even then, push yourself through. It is an everyday commitment. And that is what is the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Successful people always stick to the plan. They push through no matter if they're feeling it or if they're not feeling it. And you have to understand that you have this life, this beautiful, precious life, and you have the chance to actually create the version of yourself that you ever wanted. Nobody but yourself is holding you back to become that version. And that's why I am so in love with life, because I get the chance to create who I am today. And I'm never finished creating. I always will keep working on myself, creating that new woman that I want to be. I have been changing so much over the course of the last 15 years, I would say, where people always keep telling me, oh my God, I know you from back then, but you're like radiating, you're like shining, you're so confident. Even though I'm not always feeling my most confident self, but people recognize it. People, especially that know me from the past, that know how I looked like, how my confidence was. I always used to sit like this. I always tried to hide my belly. It was just a lot of things that I dealt with. Acne, very bad acne in my face. So I always just tried to cover my face as much as I could. All of a sudden I was wearing hats. So all these things are past, because at some point it was just so, I was just so done with myself. I could not stand myself no more. And I needed to let that go and start accepting my pimples. Start accepting how I look and who I am. And I knew I had to find a solution, even though that solution meant cutting out all dairy, cutting out sugars, cutting out things that I loved, but they were not good for me, and also dealing with hormonal imbalance. I had to stop using birth control because of that. So there's always alternatives and things you can do in order to become the best version of yourself. It takes time, it takes commitment, and you have to get back on your feet because you will maybe get some negative feedback from people. All of a sudden you have friends, they're like, oh, you're acting different. If you continue to be like this, I'm not gonna mess with you no more. You're gonna have these people and they're gonna leave your life very quick, and that's good like this. Accept the fact that you clean up your space in order to have the energy for yourself to build a queen that can have anything in the world once she achieved her goal of becoming her. And what's important is you have to start prioritizing. You have to make a list with the things that you prioritize. Do you have a specific hobby that you just have to do? No matter what, you will never miss out on that hobby. We all have that one thing that we don't care what's going down, we're going to stick with whatever that is. I started to adapt to work out twice a week in a very high intensity studio for HIIT in Hollywood. So I used to be scared of that place because it was just so hard. The workout there was so hard. Well, first time I almost passed out because it is such a crazy workout. Shout out to Donne Matrix. You guys are killing me in there. But over the time, because I started to get over that fear and also going with my own rhythm and without talking down on me like, oh, you suck, you cannot even do this workout, all of that. No, I started to be proud of myself, even showing up, being there. And you know what? Over the course of half a year now, my body has been changing intensely. I'm more defined, I dropped some body fat, and I feel more fit, I can breathe better, all of these things. And now I'm so proud of it, and it became such a routine. When I one day cannot go to the workout because something else, work or something pops up, I'm deeply sad because I'm like, damn, I would have loved to go there. Because I also know that this habit became one of the things that got me closer to my future vision self. My her, my queen, which is me, but just a little bit more further in the future. Make a priority list and really write down the things that you really deeply care for and you don't want to just, let slide. You have to be honest with yourself, because if it's on there that you love donuts, but you want to accomplish a certain goal within your physical aspect, you have to cut out the donuts somehow, or at least cutting it down. You don't have to immediately eliminate them, but maybe instead of 3 times a week, have it once a week and be even more excited about it when you have them. Same with people in your life. If family is your priority, then put it on top of the list. If you have a specific friend, put them on the list. And be realistic. If somebody comes into your life or people start bothering you and you feel like, oh, they take so much time of me, double check on your priority list if they are on there. And saying no is absolutely okay. Learning to say no is a very tricky task sometimes, but you will see how much respect you earn if somebody's seeing you valuing your own time by saying no. You know why, and you know exactly who you want to surround yourself with, what you want to make time for, and if it's not on priority list, then think about if that's really something you want to invest your time in. Sometimes we don't realize how little our time is on earth, and with how much bullshit we are dealing sometimes without even wanting to deal with it. So what's the problem to say no? There's no problem with it, and people who are not accepting your time and respecting your time and values, they will go anyways, and it's good like that. that is another point that brings you to another whole entire level. Another big part is finding time for yourself and implementing moments such as meditating, yoga, sports, any kind of sport, but just really sitting still and analyzing your thoughts and your emotions. What happens a lot is that we have habits, patterns, thought processes, how we're thinking, and we always have the same issues with certain people because we're behaving that way. And we think it's them. But at the end of the day, every person that is in our life is just a reflection of ourselves. So if there's something that is triggering you a lot, but always gets you kind of like a lower frequency, if somebody is able to get the beast out of you because they trigger something in you and you have to explode and scream and maybe say things that you didn't even want to say, then it is a part within you that you haven't healed yet and that you want to work on in order for other people with a lower frequency not being able to mess with you like that. Because the power in that situation is in your hand. If you're not reacting to somebody's bullshit no more, they're gonna get bored and they will leave anyways because they have to find somebody else they can draw their energy from. So if there's something that triggers you, you wanna think about back in time, when was the last time you had that feeling? Or when in childhood did you had that feeling? When you think back, then you understand the situation that you've been in and what it is that needs to get healed. So when I told you the story about me being bullied in school, and I still carried on that people pleaser mentality where I always just did stuff for people even though I had no energy no more, no strength no more, I still kind of just gave everything. My energy, materialistic things, just for people to like me, but subconsciously. And I was like so exhausted, I'm like, damn, that doesn't seem right. And I thought back about when was the last time in childhood I was a people pleaser, and I realized I gave people things in order to like me. So I was like, no way. So I had to learn and understand that those things are nothing that I want to have in my future life. And that's nothing I ever wanted to teach my kids or want my kids to see within me. And my future kids, they're not existing, but I always think further. What kind of values I want to give my daughter one day. That's why it is so important to work on yourself. Stop pointing fingers on other people, no matter if they did you wrong. But at the end of the day, it is your decision who you're messing with, who you're cutting out, and who you're protecting yourself from. And sis, let me tell you, you will already achieve with those few things I told you a major glow up. There's many things, of course, we can physically talk about. I'm probably making another YouTube video only about how you're physically able to glow up, beauty maintenance, and so on. But this is the very most important basics. But with consistency, and if you're sticking to it, and you keep doing these things on a daily basis, you will see major changes. Not only you, but the people around you as well. There will be situations coming into your life you never thought you're going to be in. And that's why I want to encourage all the women out there, you can be whoever you want to be. You have to put your mind to, you have to speak nice to you, and you just have to put the work in. Sometimes it's harder, sometimes you gotta push through, and sometimes it's just easy peasy because every day you're getting better and better. Girl, let me know how you like that video. Leave me a like under this video and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet, so in order to not miss out on my next video, which is probably going to be the glow up, the physical glow up. And I hope that helped, and I wish you a beautiful day.